why can hair only be destroyed permanently during the anagen state?
Well, just like you and I, we have a youth, a midlife, and a resting phase. Hair has its own life cycle as well. When it's in the anagen phase of growth, it has a papilla. It's being nourished by a blood supply. It has lots of chromophore in color, and it's just juicier. It's bigger. It's deeper in the follicle as well. As it progresses from anagen to catagen, the papilla separates, and then the root starts to shrink. As it shrinks, it loses some of its color. The shaft of the hair is there, but the root is no longer there. And then it will progress to telogen, where it's just sitting dormant with very little color under the skin. Those hairs during a laser treatment, they may fall out, but they don't necessarily go away permanently at that time. Some of them will regrow, but finer, thinner, and weaker. And so that's why we time that next treatment between the 6 and 8 week mark, so we can catch as young a hair as possible. Even if you can't see the hair above the skin, it will be growing underneath the skin, and our percentage of success is higher.
So not all hairs grow at the same time.
No,
Yeah.
and that's why we
That
need
is a common mistake.
Yes, yeah. And a lot of people have the misconception too that it's easier to treat the finer hair, and they think it's harder to treat the thicker hair, and it's actually the reverse is true.
So it targets, I believe that it targets heat, like it works as a heat.
Well, what happens is laser's looking for color. If there's no color, it's not going to absorb the heat. So the more color, the more light is absorbed. The more light that's absorbed, the more heat is produced. The more heat, the more destruction or fibrosis in the follicle. And that's how laser works.